Good morning, good evening, wherever you're at. So I just got a document. I wasn't actually even planning on going live. And I seen this article from New York Times, updated, I believe, 2 hours ago on the government shutdown. And I figured I would share with you all. I haven't read the whole thing, but once I got to Nancy Pelosi, I was like, oh, I've so got to go live with this, you guys. So before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and give this room a shout out. Hope you all enjoyed the music there. Wasn't sure if you all would like that or not. I like the beat to it. So Lucy's World, much love. Mathis PT, Urban Disciples, Autumn Kite, good to see you, hon. Sean Sweeney. All right. Gina, Tracy, Liberty Cat. All right. Good to see you guys. All right. So let's get started. This probably won't be a very long broadcast, just for the simple fact it is 3:18 in the morning. And I'm typically, if I'm awake at this time, I'm over at Marfugal TV. Oh, and by the way, hope you all enjoyed my latest upload. I watched that and I was like, wow, how many times, if you all want, put in the comments and count how many times I say the word in that upload. I just laughed at myself. That was so funny to me. But, you know, it's good to have a sense of humor and to give yourself some constructive criticism and to actually be able to look back on that and be able to laugh, you know. That's when you know you have, I guess, emerged and actually grown. Yes, Marfugal is on. And like I said, if I'm awake at this time, I'm typically over there. So I don't want to jump in on his broadcast or anything, but I did want to share this article with you. So it's not going to be a very long live stream. I'll chit chat with you all for a little bit, but let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Where are you? Here you are. Hope everyone is staying warm. It's actually, the wind chill is down to 12 degrees where I'm at. It says 20, but real feel 12. Brr. And I have my little office here in the garage, and I'm like, oh, if it wasn't for my mommy who loves me so much, she has me a heated electric blanket, and I've got a little heater here sitting beside me, so it's all good. Okay. Government shutdown updates on where things stand. And right here, you all are looking at trash overflowing from a garbage can outside Washington Monument on Sunday. Pretty crazy. This is dated, of course, the 21st. Day 32. So today would be day 33 of all numbers. Got to keep that in mind. What's been happening? It has been 1 month and going on 2 days now since the government agencies began shuttering their services. And now, some of the most vulnerable Americans, including the homeless, the elderly and people one crisis away from the streets, are feeling the burden. And that little subscribe for $2 a week is not me, guys. Just wanted to let you know. That's New York Times wanting some money. Okay. Without payments from the Department of Housing and Urban Development, one of the federal agencies hardest hit by the shutdown, nonprofit groups that support low-income renters are also struggling. Many other social safety net programs are facing similar crises, and veterans of the emergency management field are worried about longer-term trouble too. As a bone-chilling flash freeze hovered over the Midwest and Northeast on Monday, hundreds of thousands of federal workers remain furloughed, and some, or is that furloughed? Oops. I just gotta laugh. And some continued to work without pay, including forecasters at the National Weather Service. I was not aware of that. The National Weather Service. You know, you learn something new every day. Now, it's getting ready to get good, you guys. President Trump made a brief stop to lay a wreath at the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial in Washington. Both sides made offers, but no negotiations. On Saturday, Mr. Trump proposed to end the partial government shutdown after Democrats extended a proposal of their own on Friday, having added $1 billion in border spending to their offer. If he got $5.7 billion for a border wall, Mr. Trump said he would restore for 3 years the protections known as Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, and Temporary Protected Status, or TPS. Now, how much sense does that make to you all? Is this saying that is he saying that if he got $5.7 million as an offer, he would restore and stop the shutdown? Because Democrats extended a proposal of their own, adding $1 billion to border spending. Am I reading this right? So I'm looking at the chat right now. Tell me if I read that right. Is that what he said? He proposed to end the government shutdown after Democrats extended a proposal of their own. So why is it still going? I'm making sure I'm reading this right, you guys. Okay. All right. They don't want to negotiate, but it just says Democrats extended a proposal of their own on Friday. It is now Tuesday. I'm confused. Okay, so the Dems are $4.7 billion short. Gotcha. Okay. All right, now get this. Republicans had hoped his plan would put Democrats in a corner, but Democrats called it a non-starter, prompting attacks from the president on the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi. This is where it gets good. And her relationship with her counterpart in the Senate, Mitch McConnell. He's in Kentucky, by the way. Who presumably would need to make a deal with her, is fraught. Immigrants in Texas are quite skeptical of the president's proposal. Here we go, guys. While Mr. Trump has projected confidence in public, he has expressed private frustration over what he views as negative coverage. Many Republicans concede, also in private, that he has made strategic errors and allowed dysfunction to continue. Y'all ready for it? So last week, things got personal too. Miss Pelosi threatened to cancel the president's State of the Union address. Mr. Trump retaliated by denying her military transport to Afghanistan. Then she accused the Trump administration of leaking her plans to fly commercial, prompting her to postpone the trip, citing security concerns. I really thought that was like, oh, wow. So he just knows how to press people's buttons, doesn't he? You know, along with his views and his retaliation when it comes to the press, I'm sorry, but I don't think there's ever been a president in history that has talked to the press the way he does. You know, I ride the fence with Trump. I'm going to be honest. I do. I ride the fence with him. You know, I have videos out there stating my views, and I'm sorry, but when it came down to it, who would you have much rather wanted in that seat? Would you have wanted HRC or would you have wanted Trump? I'm just saying, anything is better than her. I know it's a selection, not an election, all that. I'm fully aware, you guys. But seriously, I mean, anyways, so let's get back to the article. Exactly, Gina. How long will Republican lawmakers continue to back him? While support for the wall among Republican voters appears to have hardened, broadly, the border wall remains unpopular. Federal workers are feeling the pressure. When it began, the shutdown left about 800,000 federal workers without pay, with just over half continuing to work, including members of the Coast Guard and food safety inspectors. The number of people working has grown as the Trump administration reinterprets longstanding rules, often to the benefit of the president's base. Many federal workers, have filed for unemployment benefits. In Washington, local programs have sprouted up to support the city's large, struggling federal workforce. Nationally, an informal network of businesses has also mobilized to ease the pain. But such stories underscore an irony of the shutdown. Federal jobs have long been seen as being among the most stable, even though now they are anything but. Federal courts, which have been open and operating despite the shutdown, could be close to running out of money. Did you all hear me right on that? We're talking about federal courts here, because this is the longest running. This is the longest running shutdown there's been. And granted, this is only, they call it a partial shutdown, and they are saying that federal courts are close to running out of money. Exactly. But it saddens me that these people are working without pay just because, you know, it's like, you know, what do? You've got firefighters and I believe law enforcement. You know, this could actually, if this continues, this could get bad though. You know, I agree that, you know, it needs to happen, but some courts have delayed civil cases and court-appointed lawyers have not been paid at all. It says a typical federal worker has missed $5,000 in pay from the shutdown so far. And what gets me is Congress is still getting paid, you guys. They ain't missed, so they don't care if it continues to get shut down. They are still getting paid. Kelly Rayborn says PayPal has something saying they will help government workers too. Huh. Really? Well, I haven't even been logged into my PayPal, so I haven't seen that. So it says the rippling effect. Oh, I just lost my spot. Where'd it go? Sorry, guys. Okay. So the rippling effects on the economy. The White House admitted recently that the shutdown has had a far greater toll on the U.S. economy than previously thought. Americans are confident in their own finances, but have become increasingly concerned about the economy overall during the shutdown, according to a recent poll conducted for the New York Times by the Outline research firm SurveyMonkey. Low-income Americans whose leases are subsidized by the government are worried about their rent because the Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is closed, cannot make payments to landlords. Legions of contractors are out of work, and unlike federal employees working without pay, they have no expectation of recovering the missed wages. For American farmers, the shutdown has compounded concerns about Mr. Trump's trade war with China. To ease their pain, the president created a $12 billion bailout fund, but that is frozen because of the shutdown. Wow. On Wednesday, the Agriculture Department said that it would temporarily call back about 2,500 workers to help farmers and ranchers with existing loans and to provide them with necessary tax documents. The shutdown has had cascading effects too. Craft beer brewers, for example, can't get approval for new equipment or for labels on new lines of beer until their Treasury Department regulators return to work. Are you telling me that the New York Times just started a sentence with "and" capitalized? Okay, sorry, had to point that out. Were we not taught in school to never ever start a sentence with "and" should never be capitalized? We're talking about New York Times here. Just throwing that out there. That really caught my eye. I'm like, what? And young people across the country have been affected in various ways, from having to worry with their parents over lost jobs and wages to being unable to pay tuition or file financial aid forms. Yeah, well, I didn't obviously proofread this just because I like to not proofread it, because I like to have an initial reaction while I'm reading it to you guys. And if I misspell or if I pronounce a word wrong, I can laugh about it with you guys because I love you guys and I know you'll laugh with me. So, is that the end of it? I thought there was so much more to this. Really? That's the end? I thought it was going to be more. Like, I thought, oh, y'all want me to look for some more stuff? Oh. Who's a reptile? Liberty Cat, thanks. All right, so I'm reading in the chat. No, you want more bloopers. I can give you bloopers. Let's see. I thought I was having a nightmare when I passed the TV seeing Nancy stepping up there. Oh, Lucy's World, TSE agents at the airports are not showing up. Wow. And looking for other jobs because they need money coming in. I don't doubt it. Hey, bro. Sleep good, honey. Trump is exposing them, and it needs to be done. It's crazy. Hey, Tina. Hey, Mia. Oh, my gosh, you guys. Is Rebecca Rage in here? Where are you at, Rebecca? I'm going to scroll through the chat. Are you in here, Rebecca? You all have got to. Okay, so I'm going to tell them what we found out earlier. This is by far crazy. Like, I literally got sick at my stomach. So me and Rebecca were talking on Twitter, and I was telling her about the surprise, my birthday gift that was ordered earlier. You can't stop laughing. Sorry. Anyways, so I say my husband ordered it for me, but he told me to order it, so I ordered it. Anyways, it's a birthday present. For my birthday on the 29th, by the way. And so I was telling her about this birthday present. She's like, so when's your birthday? And I was like, 29th. And she reads me, sends this message. She's like, of January? Like with all these F's, January? Like that? And I was like, yeah, why? And she's like, that's my birthday too. And I was like, no way. I mean, me and Rebecca have been friends for a couple years now, and it's never been discussed, right? Oh, this gets better. And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, guess when my mom's birthday is? And she's like, no way. I'm like, what? And so I write 9/11. And she's like, that's my mom's birthday too. I was like, no. You're lying. You're kidding me, right? So me and Rebecca have the same birthday, and our moms have the same birthdays as well. Is that not crazy? I told her she is lying to me, and I knew she wasn't lying. I was just messing with her. And I was like, you're kidding me, right? So both our moms have birthdays on 9/11, and both of our birthdays are on January 29th. How crazy is that? And we've been friends for a few years now, and this has never been discussed. You're kidding me, Rebecca. Really? And Mia's like, oh, she's all like, oh my gosh, Thanks, you guys. More than likely 99.99999% sure I'm going to live stream on my birthday. Really, Bella? Awesome. She's got an awesome birthday. A lot of us are connecting. Yes, I know, right? The only thing I hate about my birthday, and Rebecca can vouch for this as well, is it's always cold. The sun never shines. And I think the warmest day that I can think of my birthday was, let's see, I think it was like maybe 55, the warmest day of my birthday. I'll have to get a calendar and look on that day and see what the record temperature's been for Kentucky. You're all in rack and ruin because they know what you're doing. Why won't someone somewhere set you free? Alan, I don't know what you're talking about. It took me a while to read that because you're like, you're all in rack and ruin because they know what you're doing. Why won't someone somewhere set you free? Sorry, I just thought that was, yeah. Let me ask my ghost box. Redman Paranormal. Autumn, your birthday's the day before mine. Awesome. Thanks for subbing, Bella. Is it a song? I don't know. I don't know what that is, Alan. You'll have to. The line on the screen is broken. The who were asleep have woken. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, all right. So y'all want more bloopers. Let's see what bloopers we can find. Yeah, la, 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 la. La, 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 la. I said I wasn't keeping this stream very long, so I can't be lying now. Let's look for within the past hour government shutdown. Let's see. This one's 10 minutes ago. And if you all notice, I have slow mode on. So for those that actually do live streams on Google, I tried to help a channel earlier and they're like, there's no way to do slow mode. I can't do the accent, but yeah, there is. And if Phoebe's in here, which I don't know if y'all know who Phoebe is, but she's another person on YouTube, like you all in the chat. She's like, yes, there is. I will, Bella. I will, most definitely. Thank you. Hey, Jules, servant. But anyways, yes. Search bad lip reader. I can't. Jonar, I can't. I can't show other YouTube videos. They will make me shut the live stream down. And if I do show another YouTube video, it can only show like 30 seconds. So, sorry. All right, so 44 minutes ago, Senate to take plans. Oh, okay, so I do have a funny story. Hold on, I'm going to stop sharing the screen because I don't want you all to see what I'm. Okay, hold on. Right. Okay, I found it. Wow, it's already hitting Austin. This is so cool. I found it. Oh my gosh, I just found an article. Oh, that's so sad. I'm not going to read that out loud because that's just too. This is fun times. Fun times. Where is it? You know, I hate Google because you find it. Yeah, go ahead, Grumpy. Post the link. I do want to show. Okay, I found it. Yay. Okay, so I got to go back. I'm going to share my screen. All this switching back and forth, you guys. La 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 la. I really need to learn how to use OBS. This would be so much easier. Okay. Check this out, you guys. So funny. Kentucky driver seemingly tries to destroy snowman, and I'm sure they were surprised when they hit a tree stump. Let me get the chat pulled back up. Yeah, they were in for a pretty rude awakening, right? But I will tell you my thoughts on this here in a minute. Okay, so a driver in Kentucky was in for a rude awakening when they seemingly tried to run over a snowman, only to hit the tree stump underneath. Okay. Cody Lutz built the snowman over the weekend with a family in Petersburg. He told Fox affiliate his fiance and soon-to-be sister-in-law were playing in the snow when they decided to construct a large Frosty. Now, when we say large Frosty, we're talking 9 feet tall Frosty, okay? They said that we were playing in the snow, and I guess their sister-in-law was from Mississippi, so this is the most snow she's ever seen in her entire life. I'm from Buffalo, so this is no big deal, Let's said. I love the snow. The trio used a tree stump as the base for Frosty and covered the exposed bark with snow. Okay, so I want you all to look at this picture really, really good, okay? Now, you see these right here? You see how it stops before the snowman? Of course, you know, as far as perspective goes, it's kind of hard to see. Like, that could have just been the front of the vehicle. And you see how where, like, the bumper hit it. But honestly, think about this. If somebody was driving their vehicle and tried to hit that snowman, wouldn't they have slid right into that house? See? They would have. So I don't know if this is set up or not. Regardless, it's funny. But like, they could have just made this, like, took a four-wheeler and made it like hit that and took that off there. But seriously, yeah. I'm just saying. Regardless, it's funny, you know? Hey, let's make a 9 feet tall snowman and make it look like somebody would hit it. And I seen another picture, and it shows this. If somebody wanted to run into it, they could have ran straight and went and not hit the house if they thought it was just a snowman there. But no, for some reason, they come at an angle like this. So just wanted to share that with you guys. All right. Is there any other news you all want me to look up? How many people I got watching? How many people's in here? In here. Awesome. I need a few more views because I don't like that number. I know, Bella, right? 34? That's better. 37? Awesome. So are you all going to come to my birthday stream? No, I don't stream games. I'm not a gamer. I like news and crime and exposing the evil around this world. Sometimes I'll do funny things. Yeah. I do all kinds of stuff. I don't specifically do any certain thing on my channel. I like to broaden my horizons and everybody else's. You know, if I just do my channel solely on one thing, it gets kind of boring. I started out my channel actually on, I believe it was Mandela Effect. And I still look into that because I do feel like there is a whole lot of truth involving that and CERN. And basically, I believe that we are being guinea pigs. I think that there are some things that they are changing, like little things, and that it's setting the course for bigger things to come. Yes, CERN freaks me out too, Tina. Thanks, Liberty Cat. Appreciate that. I try to make it interesting, you know. I be myself. AI freaks me out too. Yeah, we were talking, it was me and my mom, we were talking about like the mark of the beast and how we think that it's connected with the AI, the internet, 5G. As if you really think about it, you've got www, which is what, 666 technically. And then you've got 5G, which you've got 6 plagues. And, you know, is it 6 or 7 plagues? But, you know, like 5G being part of the 5th plague or the 5th trump, maybe. And just, you know, I think it all like goes together. And, you know, those with eyes to see, right? I just did a video on Mr. Copeland. And I'm telling you what, that video creeped me out because he did that. And both those videos, mind you, if you haven't went back and watched it, go watch it. Both those videos came from Copeland Ministries. I added no filter, no editing whatsoever. One was done New Year's Eve. The next one, I believe it was New Year's Day, but they didn't upload it till the 2nd. Because I think in the original title, it was 2019. So I would have thought that they would have done it, say, on New Year's Day. But could have been the 2nd. But I had to say the 2nd because that's the day it said. I didn't want to assume it was the 1st. But anyways, his eyes literally were blue and then golden. I was like, oh, goodness. And ever since I seen him for the very first time, I was like, he kind of looks demonic. Am I right? Oh, I just lost 10 viewers. I'm sorry. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare people away. Oh, they're going back up. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit of the chat, and then I guess I'm going to shut this down because I really don't have that much to say, and I really should go to sleep. I'm kind of wound up, though. This coffee is a little too good. Put the coffee in my Yeti cup, and it keeps it warm for, like, ever. And in the summertime, it keeps it cold forever. Like, the ice will still be ice the next day, say, like, if I leave it in my car or something. Gina from West Virginia, you're here. I know. Now it's 25. I like lost 10 viewers in a matter of seconds. It is getting late, but if you think about over on the other end of the world, you know, it's like, I don't know, early morning, afternoon there. So I do have quite a few viewers that are from other parts of the world. No, they don't want to hear truth. Are you kidding me? And that's another thing that gets me, you guys. People say conspiracy theories or conspiracy theorists. I hate that word. Because if people were actually awake and took, per se, the red pill, they wouldn't actually call it conspiracy theories. Because most of the time, if it sounds like fiction, it's usually the truth anymore. Am I right? Things that you wouldn't even think were possible are starting to come to fruition, or however I say that word. Yeah, it's crazy that, you know, these things are actually coming to pass, you know. And if you would have told me 5 or 6 years ago the things that I know now, I would have said, you're freaking crazy. Leave my side, go somewhere else, talk to somewhere else. I don't, you know, and I've lost several close friends because of this stuff. And I just quit Facebook pretty much altogether. I'll get on there every once in a while, but I would post stuff. I would get more likes on a casserole or a crock pot dish and more responses on that kind of stuff than I would on the actual truth. So I was just done. I'm done. And, you know, you can call me crazy. You can call me a freak. And here's what I say, and I've said this before. I'd much rather be a Jesus freak than just an ordinary freak. You know what I'm saying? And some of you might not be religious. I don't even like to say religious. I don't even like to say the word Christian anymore because it's such a label. You know, basically, I just say that I have a personal relationship with Yeshua. And if the things that are not happening in today's world do not wake you up, then you're not seeing something right. Look at the book of Revelation. If you do not believe, you look at the book of Revelation. You look at what is happening in the world today. And then you tell me that that's not prophecy. Exactly, Alan. Thank you. Get a little heated. Up in here, up in here. Mark's going to get mad at me. I usually don't ever go live when he does. I don't ever go live at this time. It's like 5 till 4. And you know what? So we got like 3 inches of snow here where I'm at, right? And they called off school for tomorrow. And the kids were off school yesterday. So they got like a 4-day weekend. So that's like awesome. So that's why I'm awake. And sometimes I'll stay awake anyways, just so I don't oversleep and my son doesn't miss the bus. Please visit me. We think a lot alike. Yes, Bella, I will do that. Thank you, sweetheart. I will visit you. And I'm not just saying that, I will. True it is, Kim. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think I told you all. Oh my gosh. Okay, so get this. I think I told some friends this. I don't think I went live on this. But so my 10-year-old, he tries to be really big and tough. Anytime he hurts or anything, he don't tell me because he tries to be big and tough, right? And he doesn't want to look like a sissy, I guess, in front of mommy. I don't know what the deal is. But he was trimming his toenails or something and ended up getting an ingrown toenail. And he waited forever to even tell me about it. I'm like, honey, really? And it started getting infected. I'm like, okay, so we need to get this taken care of, right? So I would doctor it, get it looking better, and he would keep messing with it. It's like as soon as it would start getting better, he'd mess with it again and make it worse. So here's what I told him. And you know, sometimes parents, we have to say things that aren't true just to kind of get our kids to listen, right? I'm like, honey, I said, you know what? I said, if you don't stop messing with your toe, it's going to fall off. Or we're going to have to go to the doctor and they're going to have to cut your toe off. So quit messing with it, right? Well, he took that as 100% truth. He goes to school, and I guess he told his teacher that he was going to have his toe cut off. His teacher literally texts me. I'm not joking, 100% lie, 100% lie, 100% truth. She texts me, and she says, did you really tell him that he was going to have his toe cut off? I was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? I said, I just told him that so he'd stop messing with it. Really? Like, she seriously thought that I was going to go have his toe chopped off just because he said, like, you're going to believe a 4th grader? Like, I think she was just being nosy, but it was the way that she texted me. But let me get the text. I'm going to pull it up and I'm going to read it for you guys. Exactly what she said. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay, here's the text. Aiden says he has to have his toe cut off. Is this true? My response, no, LOL. I just told him that so that he would stop messing with it. Her response, That's hilarious. I would have said the same thing. Well, if you would have said, really? Then she says, good luck. I didn't respond. I'm like, good luck? Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, hardware scan, view log. No, postpone. My computer's trying to update. Do. Yeah, she's full of it. Or I'm full of it. I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, yeah. I know, right? I'm like, they try anything to get in, you know that she was just texting me back. Oh, I would say the same thing. Exactly. Okay, so they've started this new thing in January, and where they have like actual nurses, RNs in public schools now, to where they can give vaccines, give prescription medications, and all this stuff, right? So I fill out the form and I specifically say no vaccines because I have a religious exempt form. Okay. The nurse calls me and I'm like thinking to myself, okay. So she says, here's what she says. She's like, I was just wanting to make you aware that what exactly did she say? Oh my gosh. She was basically just calling to let me know that the program had started and if I had any questions or anything. I'm like, I know she didn't call every parent. And I said, she takes Claritin every day for allergies, and that's about it. And I said, oh, and no vaccines. And she says, no vaccines. Okay, got it. I'm like, the form that I filled out, I specifically wrote that on there. So, I'm like, did they call every parent in the school? Or were there just certain ones that they picked out to call? And did she call me for a specific purpose? I mean, was there other people in the room listening? I don't know. I just found it very odd that she even called. It's not like my daughter was seeing the nurse or anything like that. I'm like, why did she even call? But I'm kind of glad she did because I have it, the phone call recorded in the state of Kentucky. I can do that. It's a one party state or two party state. Sorry. One party. Whatever it is, as long as I'm recording, as long as I'm aware, I don't have to let the other person know. But on those type of phone calls, I record them and it's a good thing. So I don't know. I just found that really, really, really odd. Oh, and by the way, if your child goes to public schools and you know how they have those eye exams, and I think I've told you all this before, but I've been meaning to do a video on it. So a couple years ago, my son had this eye exam at school, totally free, right? And then he comes home with a form, and on this form, it has a picture of his eyes. A photocopy of my son's eyes. I'm like, well, that's just great. So they throw in these free eye exams, and now these public schools have all of our kids' iris scans. Wow. That's how they get you. They're getting them in the schools while they're young, and they're waiting till the certain age to where their eyes are done growing. Actually, you know what? I think the eyeballs, I don't think they grow. Aren't they like, after like a certain, like once they hit toddler, like they're the same size, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that, so I don't want to say. But I seen somewhere that eyes like stay the same size throughout the whole life. So, I mean, basically they get the iris scan and the schools have all of our kids' irises. So, yeah, unique as your fingerprint, exactly. And the way that China is doing things, it's coming here, folks. Think about all those cameras. Think about all this technology that we love. And you know what I'm thankful for? I am thankful for the fact that when I was growing up as a kid, I didn't have to have all this stuff. Yeah, I might like it now. I might enjoy it now. It's a convenience now. But you know what? I didn't grow up with it like today's generation. I can do without it if I have to. And that's what I'm thankful for. If I have to put it down, I can put it down. Yeah, it's already here. I know. I'm just saying, you know. Tina says, actually, the answer is yes. Babies' eyes do grow, but not very much compared to the eyes of adults. In fact, the dimensions differ among adults, but only 1 or 2 millimeters, and that's very minute. From outward appearance, by 3 months, our eyes are the same size that they will be as the corneas have reached their full width. See, yeah, I knew it was something like that, Tina. Thanks for correcting me on that. Your daughter has glasses and she will have to wait till 18 to get the eye surgery because they are still changing somehow. Now, Kelly, that might be her prescription as far as that goes. I know, like, I got LASIK surgery and I had to wait till I had my A1C, because I'm type 1 diabetic. I had to wait for my sugars to stay at a certain range before I could even get my LASIK surgery. So it could be something to that effect. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. So, I mean, don't hold me to that, but you might want to ask the doctor if that's what it is. Copy and paste is my friend, LOL. Yes. Control C, Control V. Also, I don't know. At the top of my head, I'm like, I have to do Control Shift Z is also my friend. That's if you close out a window and you're like, oh shoot, I didn't mean to close that out. It'll pull up the windows that you previously closed. That's in Chrome, by the way, and a Windows computer, so yeah. Okay, guys, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end this broadcast. I'm running out of things to talk about. I'm sleepy. I mean, it's just... Yeah, hold on. Let me do it. Control Shift T. Control Shift T. That's what it is. Control Shift T. Sorry. Jonah was like, Control Shift Z. Control Shift T. If you close out a tab, it will open it back up. No problem. Much love to you all. Stay safe in your travels. If you're getting ready to go to sleep, I hope that and pray that you sleep well. If you're just waking up for the day, make sure to drink your coffee. If you don't drink coffee, make sure to drink lots of liquids, preferably distilled water. If you haven't seen my video on distilled water, you might want to check it out. You might be surprised. Okay. Thanks, guys. Much love. And sorry I didn't go live with James last night. My husband wasn't feeling well. He ended up taking off work, so I didn't know that was going to happen. So I should probably call James tomorrow and just see how he's doing anyway. So much love, guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.